Positive psychology, according to a college freshman. I'll introduce myself. I'm Logan, and let's talk. College is an exciting time. It's fun, it's stressful, it's educational. There's a whole lot of things going on, and there's a huge focus towards your future. And that can be kind of scary. The future holds a lot of uncertainty and a lot of questions, like what should I major in? What career do I want to go into? And you also have to kind of balance the idea of, do I pursue a passion of mine, or do I want to go for something more financially sound? And you kind of bounce back and forth between those two, trying to balance them out. Ultimately though, college and the future, there's just a lot of questions to be answered. With that in mind, one day I was registering for classes and I saw one that caught my eye. It was called Creating a Good Life Through Recreation. I didn't really know what that would entail, but it sounded interesting. And without much direction in my life, I added the class. And I learned about some cool things like positive psychology. Positive psychology is this idea of studying happiness. And before, the history of psychology is a lot about trauma and negative things. But eventually this field arose of studying happiness. What is happiness? How do we achieve it? One of my favorite studies breaks this down into 3 sections, and it says those 3 will determine your happiness. So 50% of it is your set point. Genetically, you are a certain amount of happy, and that's 50% of your happiness. 10% of your happiness is up to your circumstances, and a lot of people think having more money, a nicer car, a bigger house will make them happy, but that's not true. These things will have a small effect, but overall, they do not have a lasting or significant effect over your happiness. And that leaves 40%, which is still a pretty big chunk. 40% of your happiness is made up of intentional activity. So these are the things that you choose to think, the things that you choose to do. 40% of that is your happiness. And this study I like because it helps dispel a lot of myths that you have to find happiness or change your circumstances, or that you're either happy or you're not. It shows that those are wrong. Really, it shows us happiness. How happy you are is up to you, but how can you be happier? One way is gratitude. There's a really cool study or an experiment that anybody can try, where you write a letter of gratitude to somebody you never really properly thanked, and you can call them or meet them face to face and read the letter to them. And people take studies before and after, and they're shown to improve their happiness. The YouTube channel Soul Pancake does a really good video explaining and demonstrating this that I'll link in the description. There's more ways to be happy. You can forgive others, be more optimistic, hope, enjoy the little things, exercise, and even more. But let's break down 5 aspects that you can incorporate. If you incorporate these aspects, you'll be happier. So 1 is positive emotion, 2 is optimal timing and variety, 3 is social support, 4 is motivation, effort, and commitment. 5 is habit. And so if you incorporate these 5 aspects into your actions, your routines, your thoughts, your day-to-day life, that will help you achieve more sustainable happiness. And so trying to apply this, you could try and find a career that will give you social support, or that will give you enough variety. You could also maybe, if your career doesn't give you all of those things, incorporate hobbies into your free time that would help augment and include one of those 5 aspects of sustainable happiness. So I know this was a really quick overview, but hopefully you were able to understand some of the main points of positive psychology, and most importantly, that how happy you are is up to you. If you want to learn more about positive psychology from someone a little more reputable than a college freshman, I've attached some links in the description. Thanks for watching.